What's up, guys? Welcome back. Took a little break, but we back. So today we are going to talk about backdrops. Normally for backdrops I use Savage backdrops, which is a brand of paper for photography backdrops. I really love their color options and everything, but for this video I want to share with you guys cheaper routes other than $40 paper to use for backdrops for portraits. I have used just about anything to create a portrait, so I want to share 5 things that I normally use if I need to shoot something on the fly, and these are going to be things that you can reuse. They're cheap. This is definitely like cheaper things, cheaper alternatives that you can use if you need multiple color backdrops or you just want something funky and different to shoot with. So stay tuned if you want to figure out 5 different ways to utilize backdrop. Alright guys, so let's jump right into it. The first one is going to be fabric. I have some fabric here. I do use a particular type of fabric. I really like the stretchy spandecky kind, just because as you can see it drapes really well. Fabric is a really good cheap route to go when it comes to backdrops. It can range by the yard, and you normally for a portrait only need about maybe 2 to 3 yards to shoot, and that can range from anywhere between $15 to $20. And a normal backdrop price for a small one is it starts at like $30 to $40. So that's a major price cut. It's cheap, and you can also like put a piece of fabric anywhere and take it with you. It's lightweight, it's easy to maneuver with, and it's just cool. The only thing about fabric that's a little tricky is the fact that if you're shooting outside, it is going to blow in the wind. So be mindful of the movement of fabric and just make sure that you're shooting in a good environment with it. Number 2 would be wallpaper. Wallpaper is a really cool way to utilize different funky patterns when it comes to shooting a backdrop. If you want something with like stripes or like circles or lots of bright, vibrant colors, wallpaper is a good outlet to find and use for shooting portraits. Number 3 is going to be window cover. I think that's what this is called. So this is the window cover stuff. It basically is for your window. You put it on your window and it brings, when the light is shining, it reflects like this iridescent kind of like coloring. So I like this because it has texture, and when I use lighting it gives it like the iridescent like color wave to it. I just started using this. I did it with product photography and I thought it was really dope. It turned out really clean and pretty, and just like it gave me a different feel from just using like a paper backdrop or something flat. It gave the backdrop some depth and extra like that it needed for the photo. So definitely consider window covers. That's a new one. Number 4 is going to be wrapping paper, and wrapping paper is super cheap. You can probably get wrapping paper at the dollar store. Things like this, like wrapping paper and like wallpaper, I recommend for more product photography, or if you're shooting hands, or if you're shooting a really tight end portrait, just because the roll is not that big. So you want to be able to have space to shoot as well, and enough like just like negative space in the image. So just be mindful of how big the roll of paper is as well. But I think wrapping paper is a really dope way to get those vibrant colors that you're looking for. And another, like this isn't wrapping paper, but this is kind of like a arrow. You guys can see it's really pretty. It's almost like wrapping paper, but maybe it's, I don't know what kind of, it's on Amazon, and I'm gonna link all these things below, but it's kind of got a wrapping paper feel to it, but it has that iridescent like look. This is really cool to work with either backdrops or even like utilizing some kind of texture in a shot. I've been finding different type of like textures to utilize in pictures that are not necessarily thought of. These are different like crafty ways to like engage different materials into your shoot. So you can use that type of iridescent thing as a backdrop, or you can even use it in front of your subject, or you know, for a different feel of lighting when it comes to shooting. So definitely get creative with these backdrops, guys. The last one, the easiest one, the cheapest one on the list probably is going to be poster boards. Poster boards is really dope to use for any quick photography that is like product photography, or just like if you're shooting rings, if you have a business, an e-commerce business, and you want to make your shots look really dope and clean. Poster boards are a very easy way to just have a clean slate backdrop without having to buy a backdrop paper. If it's a small item, you just pop it on there, and it normally gives a really good look for shadowing, for any type of lighting, bouncing light as well. The thickness of the poster board is probably closer to backdrop paper than anything else, so I definitely recommend using that for any like small little shoots, or if you're just needing pictures for your store, you're an entrepreneur and you need pictures for your startup business. Poster boards is a good thing to utilize for photography. So hopefully these 5 different items help you guys and guide you in a different direction when you think about like shooting photography, because I know we just think about, oh, you know, a savage backdrop, like let me just get a backdrop, but it's so many different ways to shoot and have a good shot from, you know, even a cheap poster board at the dollar store. So keep that in mind, guys, when you're creating. There are different ways to create, and any item can really be used in a creative way. So keep mastering your gaze out there. I'll be back. Peace.